Chevy truck is taking charge. Are you tough enough to make it with the U.S. Army? Chevy trucks are. The Army contracted for 53,000 tough, full-size Chevy pickups and Blazers. These rugged four-wheel drives are regular production vehicles powered by the proven 6.2-liter diesel V8. Need a truck as tough as the U.S. Army's? Just sign up at your Chevy dealers today. Chevy Tough is taking charge.
This is Clatter Wagon. Started out as a regular K30 Chevy truck, aka D30, and the military got it and made it a M1008. It's a 6.2 Detroit diesel, Dana 60 in the front, 14 bolt in the rear with a Detroit walker. Has very low gears. This makes a perfect truck for a recovery rig and also a tow pig. So that's what we're going to be doing with this bad boy. So if you haven't figured it out yet, we bought a old Army truck. It has been converted to a little bit more modern life. Has a flatbed, painted up a little bit. It's a 6.2 diesel. A lot of people hate the 6.2 diesel just because it don't go 110 on the highway. Believe it or not, these 6.2s are very, very reliable. Depends what year you get. A lot of issues are due to lack of maintenance and checking your vehicle. But this motor doesn't go nowhere fast. These trucks get like 23 miles per gallon, right? So they're made for fuel economy. They're not made for like they are today, like power and foot-pounds of torque and all that good stuff. And I wanted to get something different on the channel. This is going to be my, tow pig, or, something to beat around in, haul stuff with. Believe it or not, these are really nice trucks with the 6.2s in them. This one runs really good, starts up really good. Does smoke every once in a while, but hey, it's an old truck. They're going to do that. Best thing about this is if that diesel takes a crap, we can go ahead and stick a 350 down in there. I love this truck. It rides really well. Somebody did a lot of work to it, but we're going to build it on the channel because there's not a big audience for the 6.2 diesel on YouTube. I'm the guy that gets different stuff. I did trade my other OBS Chevy for this truck. I had a 98 5.7 Vortec 5-speed long bed 8-lug that I traded for this truck. So instead of building that, we built hundreds of them on the channel. We're going to build something older and something more relatable to somebody my age or the older generation. This truck's a blast. I drove it home. Stops good. It drives good. It steers good. So after we got the truck home, we took this old red interior and we did a little reworking with it to make it look a little bit better inside. Went ahead and did everything black. I thought it turned out really, really well. The dash ain't perfect, but it's good enough for this kind of truck. But it makes the inside look way better. So we got to do the seat and the floors. We reworked the trim, put new trim pieces on. We painted all of it black. We did the grill. Grill's a little dirty. Took the NATO stuff out, put fog lights in. Wired the headlights up because whoever put them in didn't finish wiring them up, so they blink. You have running lights, have blinkers, 4-ways, and then we have the headlights. So these lights are very bright. These are like $200 lights. They're name brand. It has old steel wheels on it, right? And I think they look kind of goofy on my truck. A Dana 60, the hubs taper the farther you go in towards the rotor. And I'm going to try to run these 2003 and up Chevy Duramax stock GM wheels. They got some mold and stuff on them. Now these wheels fit perfect in the back, but they will not fit on the front because of the taper on the hub. So as you can see, I stick this wheel on. There's actually a gap. You really can't tell. It's hard to get in there. But this wheel will not seat, right? Another thing, if you want to run newer wheels on an old square body Chevy, you need to get lug nuts. I'm getting the lug nuts to have the thread on the outside so I can run the hub cap. But you need the lug nuts. I'll leave those in the description below. But the main part, what we're going to focus on today, is how to bore out a center of a wheel. Now, as long as you have the bolt pattern right, you can bore out the center to match your vehicle. So today I'm going to show you how to do it within 5 minutes to do 4 wheels. I only need to do 2, but I'm going to go ahead and do all 4 so I can rotate my wheels without having a problem. Only thing you're going to need is a cheap router. You can pick these up for like 80 bucks. This is a Bosch. It is adjustable. A bit like this. I didn't think it would work either on aluminum, but it does really, really good, as you'll see here in a minute. It's basically, I'm going to flip the wheel over. This don't protrude very far. You want to see about where it's hitting. It's actually hitting pretty good there. And you want to go clockwise with it. I like to run my speed on high. That way it don't grab. Just go a little bit at a time. And basically, for my application, this is all 2 passes is all I need to get it to fit on the hub. You can mill this out. You've seen how easy that thing was to cut. You can mill this thing out clear out here if you had to. So I'm going to test fit this to be sure. And it seats right up on there. It's flush in the back. It'll bolt right on. Fits on there super perfect. Sometimes you'll get like a little rough ring around the edge. I'll just take a little file. And I go ahead and clean that up. So basically, that's all you do. Like I said, this thing cuts really, really well. You can see the shavings on the ground. So 2 passes for my application was perfect enough. If you have a super steady hand, you would never even know that you did this at home, because the problem is a machine shop wanted to charge me $400 just to bore the center out, and only needs a couple millimeters out. So if you have any kind of vehicle, whether it's a Jeep, Ranger, a car, if you can find the right bolt patterns and you only need to go a couple millimeters on the center bore, as long as you have enough meat between your lugs, when you bore this out, I could go a ton if I wanted to. I mean, I could take that much out and still have a solid wheel. But like I said, the machine shop wanted to charge me $400 just to bore 4 wheels. If you don't have a router, you can go to Harbor Freight and get one for like 30 bucks. The bit's 30 bucks, and you can bore these out, bore your friends' wheels out, make a little cash on the side, and that thing you can use for 1,000 different projects around the house. So I was surprised about the wood bit. That's one thing that I couldn't figure out. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube. Never really mentioned what to do. There's like, oh, you can bore it out with a router. Now you can see you can bore it out the router, and I gave you the product part number, and as long as you have adjustable router, you'll be good. I didn't want to be the locally hated guy and ran big 20s on my truck. I wanted to be the guy that had a little bit of bling to his truck, but I wanted to stay kind of stock. So I got Duramax wheels, bored the centers out a little bit, and they actually look pretty good on this truck. These are the old steel wheels that was on it. I never realized how rough a shape they were in, but they're super heavy, and they made this truck bog a little bit. So that's one reason why I wanted to go to aluminum. But look at this. You really can't tell with all the mud, but the metal's chipping off. But I think it looks 10 times better by what we just did here today. By putting wheels on it, painting some stuff up, doing the interior. Got to think about doing something with the front bumper. I'm going to go aftermarket or something with that.